All right. Okay. It is the top of the hour. Now we're at our official start time. And I want this to be the most valuable webinar that you've ever been on. Right? It's a tall order. I know it's a big deal, right? But I want you to walk away in 60 minutes and say, that was awesome, right? That changed everything for me. Sound good? Yeah? Okay. So let's get into some learning. And if you're just joining us and you haven't already heard, I am Kathy Olson, and welcome to today's masterclass. I'm going to take you on a pretty awesome adventure for the next 60 minutes. But before this webinar ends, you are going to know and understand the exact steps that I take, like currently right now, to create gorgeous high-end designs and become sought after in my industry and charge double what others charge. In fact, these steps have recently gotten us up to $40,000 in less than 40 days, right? So does that sound like a plan? Sound exciting? Okay. Are we all excited to get started? Or am I the only one? Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. You guys, I'm going to talk about a mile a minute because I'm so excited. But if you are all ready to get into this, give me a yes. And looks like you guys are excited. So let's get into it, guys. And hopefully everything is firing okay. So just that I know that you are in the right workshop, can I just ask you a couple of questions? And if this sounds like you, can you just put a yes in the chat box or just message me and just tell me yes? I would love to hear from you. But if this sounds like you, let me know, because I have a feeling, I hope you're in the right place. But do you ever feel like your designs are stuck in a rut, right? That's a thing that a lot of people feel. Or maybe like you need to up your skills. So, right? A lot of us feel that way. And what about this one? This was totally me. But you never seem to have extra time in order to change any of these things, right? Does anyone sometimes feel like that? Or what about this one? Like you need to figure out a process just to be creative, just for your creativity, right? Because it's just one of those things that sometimes it strikes, sometimes it doesn't, but we have deadlines and this is real life. We're not just, artists, fine artists and painters when we can just do things as we want to, right? So do you ever just wish that you had a process for your creativity, right? Yes, yes, yes. I'm getting some messages via Facebook. Awesome. Okay, good. I'm glad I wasn't the only one. Do you ever feel that way? Like an imposter? Because there are so many other designers out there that are better than you, right? So scary to feel that way. Yes, I'm getting more yeses. Yeah, seems like everyone's kind of messaging me through Facebook. That's awesome. You know what I think it is too, is that we're afraid to admit this out loud, right? And that's totally okay. If you guys want to privately message me through Facebook, I'm not going to, share your messages or whatever, but I feel you and I understand this is really hard to admit this stuff. And this is something that we all struggle with. And this is why I want to kind of bring this to light. But does this sound like something you struggle with, guys? Yeah. Or what about this? This is totally me. Like you never have enough time or energy or the focus to make truly original designs anymore because you're just burned out and rushed, right? Sometimes it just always feels like we're so like life is going so crazy and we're so rushed and things are happening. It's scary, right? It's scary to feel that way. Like we know that we can, if we just had the time to do it, that maybe we do a better job, but we're so rushed that we just don't have time for that. Or does this resonate that there's never enough time, energy, or inspiration, right? That stinks. And let me know in the chat, you guys, if you feel this way. What are you lacking the most on, do you think, right now? Is it time? Is it energy? Is it inspiration? What do you guys think your top one that you wish you had more of? Time, energy, or inspiration? Let me know in the chat or the messenger. Yep, time. Yep, exactly. That's a big one, right? Energy. Yeah. Probably all of the above. That's okay to have all the above. Time and distraction. Yep. Lots of them. Yeah, distraction's a huge one, right? That's a really big one. And the problem, guys, I hate to break it to you, but I know what the problem is. And it is what I call dime a dozen designers. And the problem is you are acting like a dime a dozen designer right now when you're not, right? You're acting like one, but you're really not. And I hope that you're ready to break out of this, because I want you to join my mission, right? Life demands. Yeah, that's another one too. I want you to join this mission. And my mission is to empower designers to feel confident enough to really create a high ticket, high value design business. One that fetches premium prices, that doesn't have to struggle to find clients, that because you're magnetically attracting them without tons of effort. To have your calendar booked full with only the most amazing clients that you are fired up to help. To have tons of breathing room, to come up with game-changing designs that are pinned all over Pinterest, right? To finally be able to have some time to unplug, to recharge, to go on vacations and take care of yourselves and your family. So that's my mission. And I hope that sounds like something that you're interested in, because my question to you is, tell me, guys, would you like to be one of them? And is it time for you? Is it time for you to change things and have this happen for you? Just message me real quick and let me know if this is something that you are feeling like now's the time, right? You're just really ready for this. So ready for this. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Awesome, guys. Gosh, I still have people telling me that they can't find the link to the webinar. Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. That's okay. We'll just have to send out the replay for that. Okay, cool. I love how fired you guys are up today. This is awesome. So my bold promise to you today, because I know that I owe you something for your time, right? I know it's a big deal for you to be here with me today and give me your attention, and you somehow found the link to this webinar, even though apparently it didn't get sent out. My bold promise is that by the end of this webinar, you'll be able to see that you can have enough money, enough time, enough inspiration, and that it's not just a dream, that it's going to be real, and you're going to see how it's going to be possible. And you'll be able to see the exact steps you need to take to go from where you are to that high-end, sought-after designer, right? Sound fair? Okay, so I have a few housekeeping rules. My first one is no multitasking. Let's just put all the distractions away today. You deserve it. Your business deserves it, right? And I know you're an amazing multitasker. Trust me, I've been there, right? But now is the time to focus. So I want you to close your social media tabs, except for none of these tabs, right? You can close your door, if you have any kids or anything running around. And maybe even dogs too, right? They can be a distraction too. And I want you to grab a pen and paper, because I think that some of the replay isn't going to be up for very long. And so I want to make sure that you get this stuff down that's really important, because these things are really going to move the needle for you. And this stuff that I'm going to teach you today can change your life and your business. And plus, if you stick with me to the end, I have a gift for you that is incredible in value. And just for coming and just for committing to your business and committing to your future, if you stay till the end of this webinar, I'm going to give you an opportunity to use something that is really special to me. It took me months to create, but it adds thousands of dollars. I mean, and just even on every proposal, it adds $1,000 on every proposal that I send out. This is really powerful in my business, and having a version of this in your business will give you incredible results, because this causes people to book me over someone who doesn't offer this, right? It helps me provide more value and more expertise. And later on, I'll show you how to use it without adding a lot of time to your projects, right? Because it's like, who has time for all these extra services, right? But I'll show you how it actually makes the entire process from start to finish more easier and even more powerful, right? So a little bit about me. You may have seen me around and my purple hair on Facebook. And now I just kind of want to tell you a little bit about my story, just kind of a brief overview. But 10 years ago, I built my first business. And in that time, I've worked with thousands of dream clients. And so I actually used to work for a design studio, and I quit right at the height of the depression or whatever, the recession, whatever they call it. And everyone thought I was crazy, but I really just had this dream. And I've worked with thousands of clients since then. And I just recently actually created a website for a client who got acquired for over $80 million just months after we launched, right? And if you guys know, it's public, so I can talk about it now, but basically the company is Baby Tula. So if you're a baby carrier or you like to wear babies, you totally know Baby Tula. They got acquired by Ergo Baby for $80 million. It was amazing. And they hired me just before this happened, basically to get ready for that. I have several seven-figure business clients. And so this is really important that you understand this, because these are not easy people to get, because they don't like spending money in a lot of ways. They're very frugal, right? I mean, that's kind of why they have so much money, is because they know how to save it. So it's a big deal for me to say that, because it's a big deal for them to reach out and hire me, right? And I have 10x'd my revenue. So it's a big deal. I definitely, when I first started, and I'll kind of tell you about a little bit about the mistakes that I've made. But my business has changed so dramatically over 10 years. Like, I can't even, it's not even it's unrecognizable. And I have had 2 kids while working from home. So I started my business before I had kids. And so I basically went through this whole journey of being pregnant. And you guys, I was sick literally for every day for the first 6 months with both of them. I have 2 girls, and it was exactly the same with both. I was sick for 6 months straight, and there's no job in the world that would have hired me or would have kept me, right? It was such a blessing to have my own business and to be able to do things the way I needed to do it, because I really struggled with that. But I never have to wonder where the next client is coming from. And I'm totally dead serious about this, you guys. And this is like the same thing that I want for you guys. And I have booked out our calendar without any paid marketing. So I say this, but you guys maybe have seen my ads and stuff around, and I have paid marketing on that side, but I'll tell you that has nothing to do with my high-end design business. That these are like DIY products where I don't even talk to the people. I just kind of basically send stuff out, and it's a totally different side of my business. But this side of my business, my high-end side, has never needed any paid marketing whatsoever. So it's a big deal. And yeah, I've done a lot of things right. I've worked with amazing clients, and I've survived business for 10 years, you guys. And I've gotten to work from home, right? I've gotten to work from home through both of my pregnancies, and you heard how those went, right? And I've gotten to be around, and watch my kids grow up. It's been really, really incredible. That's one of the big things. But I've also done a lot of things wrong. And one time I lost $30,000 in 1 week, just due to some stupid mistakes on my part. Like, a big deal, right? I used to stay up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. working, and I just never clocked out. I had my phone next to me. I was constantly answering my clients. I could never leave work, right? Because it was everything to me. I used to say yes to every client that came my way, and I charged so little that I was basically working for nothing. Like, there just was this scope creep galore, right? And it's not like this is hard to do these things wrong, right? Like, it's easy to make all these mistakes. These are things that everyone's making. And one of the easiest things to do is to take on too much of the wrong thing, because I feel like all of us are doing it. Is this sounding familiar, guys? Would you message me and just let me know? Like, is this something did any of these things sound like something that you've been accused of doing, or that you're currently doing? I'd love to kind of hear from you guys, but, and make sure that I'm not the only one that was feeling this way, right? But the biggest problem was that I was acting like a dime a dozen designer, right? This is exactly why this was happening. And I could recognize it, and I could see it was happening, but I really just didn't know, how to get out of it, how to get out from under it. And so I was stuck as a dime a dozen designer. And let me be the first to tell you that it sucks. Like, it really sucks. And some of you are here on this webinar right now, and you're stuck in this, and you're like, yes, right? But I'm going to show you what a dime a dozen designer acts like. And then you can see if this resonates with you. So you wake up and your mind is buzzing. You go straight to your computer, right? Because that's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I slept that long. Like, right? It's like, how dare I sleep? And you start to put out fire emails from the nitpicky clients who wanted an answer in the middle of the night, right? And on weekends. And this is especially was a problem for me because I'm on the West Coast. So it was like everyone of the rest of the world was awake and, doing things basically. But I I would follow my clients' demands to a T, even though they had no clue about what makes good design or what it was even best for them, right? And it ended up being so that I would get pushed and pushed and pushed until I ended up making about $5 an hour, right? After all said and done, I worked so many hours that what I charged them for, I was hardly making any at all. And to be honest, when I was doing this, I really wasn't making much money, if any. I mean, I was getting deeper and deeper in debt. And this totally sucks, right? But it's nice to know and it's nice to recognize it and see it like just written down in front of you, right? And realize that you're not the only one, right? So is this something that maybe you've been familiar with that you've been trying to escape? Yes? Give me some yeses. I'm not the only one. Yes, yes, yep. Awesome. I think it's so funny. All of you guys are messaging me through Facebook because you're too afraid. I don't know if the chat's not working or if you're just too afraid to talk about this stuff out loud, but that's totally okay. It doesn't matter. It's just as long as you guys are resonating with this, right? So these guys are not helping our case any, right? With Fiverr and Etsy and Upwork and oh my gosh, there's so many more than just these, but I just couldn't even stand getting any more logos. But can I just tell you something really quick and just quickly put it to rest? These guys are not your competition. I'm going to say that again because it's really, really important. These guys are not your competition. So stop acting like it. You're acting like a dime a dozen designer if these guys are your competition, right? If you're worried about these guys. And so I don't want you to worry about these guys ever again because they are not your competition. Nobody else in my life was an entrepreneur and nobody else understood how stressful it was. And the truth is, I didn't have anyone to help me get better at design or at business, right? I was lonely and it was stressful and nobody had the answers, right? Everybody was doing the same things but it was what I was doing. So like nobody really could help me get to that next level. And so I started to wonder, is this even worth it? Honestly, should I just go back and get a design job and stop stressing out and, putting myself through this, right? It's just like, what's the point? I really did. I started to wonder if it was even worth it. And at one point, I got really sick. So if you guys know my story, maybe you've heard the whole thing, but if you haven't heard it yet, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. But I was diagnosed with a rare tumor that was wrapped 3/4 of the way around my carotid artery. And I was told that I could suffer a massive stroke to the right side of my brain because of it. And if you know, your right side of your brain controls your creative side, right? So this would obviously be the end of me being a designer if something were to happen, let alone, I might not be able to talk. Might not be able to eat like on my own. I mean, there was lots and lots of complications, right? And of course, I was super worried about my loved ones. But you know what really bothered me? And it's just so weird to even say it out loud right now. But what really bothered me was what I was doing in my design business. Right? Like, it sounds crazy for me to say that out loud, but it was true. Because all I could think about was what kind of legacy am I leaving behind? What does love inspired mean to people? Like, did I make a difference in anyone's life? I mean, yeah, websites are pretty and all, and design and brands are pretty, but was I really doing a good job for these people? Did I really help others? Did I even use my talents wisely? Or was I just kind of rushing through life and thinking, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? I just need to get this out, need to get this out. And I was worried that I had wasted my one precious life. This was something I thought about every single day until the day after the surgery. I'm getting like chills just thinking about this, you guys. I'm not going to cry, I swear. But it was a big deal. It was a really big deal because I wanted to make a difference. And I'm grateful now for this experience, like looking back at it, because it made me realize something had to change. I just knew it had to change, that it couldn't stay the same, that whole thing happened to me for a reason, that I was still here for a reason. I mean, especially after I came out of the surgery, then it was really like I had this weight on my shoulders that I couldn't give up now. Have you guys ever felt this in your business? Like you just can't stay this way for even one more day? Yes? Yeah, same. Oh, thank you. So she said, so happy you're okay and really shining now. Awesome. I love you. Yeah, that's awesome. You guys feel like this? Like you just can't even stay this way for even one more day? Let alone, I couldn't keep doing this for the next 10, 20, 30 years. It's just not an option. You guys agree, right? I mean, that's no way to live. Like to feel like you know what you're capable of, and it's just right outside your grasp. It was the worst feeling in the world. But I needed to figure out what I was doing wrong. And I needed to figure it out now, right? Like I'd never been able to figure out what I was doing wrong before. And so I started Googling and I started studying and I started on finding a better way. And you know what I found out? That most people are doing it wrong. And that's why so many of us have like all resonate with this, is because so many of us are doing it wrong. I found out that it's extraordinarily rare to create high-end design and own your own business. Sure, there are great designers out there, right? And working for someone else's business, we see all those great designers on, Dribbble and all those guys, and we see what the work, but they're working for other people. And then, yes, there are great business women out there who are just, they're okay, right? They're okay designers. But there's not many women out there that can do both great design and make a profit. But it's not impossible, you guys. It's not. It's totally possible. So I started studying the traits of business owners who did have this profitable and great design business, and they were doing great design, things that were getting talked about, shared, and pinned. But I still didn't really get it because I was creative too. I have a degree in design, and I had been designer for a long time. So what was I missing? Anybody else feel like this? Like, what the heck was I missing? Like, what am I missing? Because you're creative and you know that you have those moments of amazing inspiration, but how are they doing this consistently? What am I missing? I just kept thinking, what am I missing? And I finally figured out the problem. You guys want to know what it was? I realized that although I was spending my time designing, that I wasn't creating anything that I was truly proud of. Does that resonate with you? Do you feel like that sometimes in your business? Like you feel like you spend all day designing, but nothing amazing is coming from it. Like, what have I been doing all day? Right? You're like, I haven't stopped designing today, but I'm not proud of any of this, right? Do you guys feel like that? Does that resonate with you? Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. And as a result, my confidence as a designer was at an all-time low. Isn't that just like a terrible feeling? Have some of you guys ever felt that way? Like you just weren't living up to your potential? Like it's just like a crushing feeling, right? And worst of all, I felt like absolutely nothing original was coming from me because I wasn't doing anything original, honestly. Like nothing original was coming from me because I wasn't. I was just doing the same old things. Yes, I'm getting lots of yeses. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Because duh, I was doing everything. I was doing what everyone else was doing. And it's just exhausting competing with everyone doing the same things you are, right? The competition in that mid-level space, it's crowded. It's crowded, right? Do you guys ever see someone post in a Facebook group looking for a designer and then just see like a swarm of posts, like a swarm of designers flock? Like it's like sharks in the water, right? And it starts to feel a little like a version of Hunger Games, right? Like yuck. Ugh. It's the worst. And it happens in every industry too. It's not just us, not just designers. It's called the competition treadmill. And what it is that we are all doing easy and obvious things. And so if it's easy enough to go to Pinterest and get ideas, then so can everyone else. And if it's easy enough to tweak templates and follow trends, then so can everyone else, right? You're in the same Facebook groups, you're seeing the same things. It's exhausting. It's exhausting, you guys. It's like we're all just regurgitating the same information. Do you guys feel like you're on this competition treadmill? Yes. always competing, fighting for the same attention. It's crazy, guys. And it's just because we don't know of another way. So I decided that in order to get off the treadmill, I had to go somewhere else. I had to go to the place that your competitors aren't willing to go. I needed to go to a place where all these mid-level designers weren't, right? Like I needed some air. So looking back at the successful designers in my space, I try to think about what is the one thing that they're doing. And actually, it's really simple, you guys. Like once I figured this out, I was like, duh, oh my gosh. And this is so important because you must remember this and live by this. Wherever you are right now, whether you've been in business for 20 minutes or 20 years, there's a single thing getting between where you are right now and that great design business that's also profitable. It's an incredible system. Right? This is what they're all doing. A system that's repeatable. It doesn't need to be complicated at all. But I worked so hard for so long running myself into the ground, and it doesn't have to be that hard. So are you ready for some breathing space too? Imagine if you could work 4 times less than you are now and create designs that got talked about, shared, and repinned. Wouldn't that be awesome? Right? So is this making sense to you guys? Do you guys want me to get into this so I can show you how it works? Yeah? Yes? Awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Getting thumbs up. Cool. So the 3 secrets, secret number 1, why listening to what your clients want is hurting your reputation and slowly killing your style. So if you get this one right, it's going to change your life. I'm telling you, it's totally going to change your life. Yes, yes, yes. I'm still getting yeses. And then I'm going to walk you through secret number 2, why raw talent is actually a bad thing and what the best designers are taught instead. You just set this up once and you keep repeating it over and over, guys. This is not rocket science at all. And secret number 3 is how to become so sought after that you can name your price and have clients come running to you. And then you go to a place where your competitors can't even touch you, right? So results are not typical. I gotta say this, you're not going to make, 50K a month just starting off the bat with this, right? But I didn't even need that when I first started. I mean, at first I just wanted to be a happy designer, right? Like I just wanted that freedom lifestyle where I could just, go places in the middle of the day. I could set my own schedule, right? I just wanted to do what I'm best at and I love, right? And most importantly, I really wanted to impact and change businesses. I wanted to be that catalyst moment that they could look back and say, that's when it all changed for me. So can you imagine when this is true for you? And of course, it's not going to happen 10 minutes after walking out of this webinar, but if you do the work and you do what I tell you to do, can you imagine when that $50,000 a month is true for you? Because it's totally, totally doable. And that's super exciting, right? Yeah. Yes. Yep. Okay. I'm glad you guys are seeing this. So number 1, why listening to what your clients want is hurting your reputation and slowly killing your style. So I want to ask you a question, or I want you to ask yourself a question. How have you been getting inspired for your designs? And you guys can actually pop this in to Messenger if you want to, because since it's private, you guys can tell me, how have you been getting inspired for your designs? What are you currently doing? So what's the driving decision making your designs? And in my experience, it's so frustrating. So frustrating, you guys, because 89% of designers grab their inspiration from Pinterest, from clients telling them what to do, or competitors. Ouch. I know it hurts, but it's true, guys. We're talking about 89%. So where do you think this leaves us? Exhausted, uninspired, feeling like an imposter, right? Feeling like the clients are telling us what to do, like we're not the actual experts. Because the problems with all 3 of these things is that they are all recipes for the same thing over and over. We're all looking at the same pins, right? We're all listening to the same things. We're all seeing the same stuff. So these all make you feel uninspired, like a copycat. And the cycle just keeps you feeling like an imposter, right? There's no way to kind of get out of this. You know this, right? But the problem is, like, you guys thought this was the only way, right? But my new way that I discovered after doing that for way too long is much different. It leaves you feeling inspired and original, like you are adding instead of duplicating, right? You're actually adding to those pins and those people that are looking up to you, right? You finally find your signature style and you become known. So important, right? It's so important to become known for something, because there's one thing that I want you to understand really fundamentally for this to work for you. Okay. And that is, in order to charge premium prices, AKA what you're worth, you have to be more valuable to your clients. And this cannot be faked, guys. This can't. I mean, I'm not a fan of just learning how to charge more, and people are doing it all the time right now. Like they're just teaching, this is how you charge more, this is how you charge more. But that's not okay. This can't be faked. You have to actually be better, right? There's lots of reasons why you can't fake this, but you just have to be better, right? And so why a high-end system versus the old way, and why this is so much better? You have consistent client cash flow. You get paid for your ideas and not your computer skills. You become an industry leader and you charge a premium price. We're notoriously bad about this, right, guys? But when these things aren't working for us, of course, we can't charge more, right? When we're doing all the things a diamond does and designer does, like we can't charge more. And so you lose heart and faith in what you're doing. But how amazing would this be in your business if you did it this way, right? And do you know what these type of clients do for you? The biggest thing is they let you breathe. You guys, they let you shine, they trust you, and they tell others about what an amazing experience they had with you. And so they find more clients for you, right? And you know what the best part is? With the high-end system, I can design and innovate faster and easier than I've ever been able to before. So not only am I bringing more money, but I'm doing it in a faster way. So that is what an incredible system is going to allow you to do. So are you excited about creating this for yourself? So I want to know in the chat, do you think that having a system in place would be helpful for you in your business? Do you think it would be a good idea if I walked you through one of these systems right now? Do you guys want to have a look? Yes? Yes, yes, no, yes? Okay, cool. Yes, awesome. So this is a part of a system that you need to start following, right? Like this, the first step is to build connection. Now, like start taking notes, guys. Like this is your time to write this stuff down, because I'm only going to say it once. You want to attract the clients that respect your ideas and designs. This is really, really important and really foundational. This is exactly how you do this, right? You build trust by providing foundations of success. You want to wow them right from the start and to begin a great relationship, right? And I want you to notice something here. Do any of these steps have anything to do with design skills? Give me a yes or no. Does any of these? Attracting clients that respect your ideas and designs, building trust by providing foundations of success, and wowing them right from the start to beginning good relationship? None of that, right? None of them. So do you see how this is repeatable and has nothing to do with raw talent, right? These are ways that we help people and that we make them feel and that we listen to them, right? It's that connection that we build with them, and it has nothing to do with raw talent. But that is what a high-end system does for you, right? So have you guys fallen in love with the high-end system idea? Right? And we touched on it, but before we go any further, I really want to talk about talent. So do you guys feel like that you need more, that you want more talent? Or do you feel like you aren't utilizing it? Yes or no? Yes? Yes. Thumbs up. Yep. Because in secret number 2, I'm going to share with you why raw talent is actually a bad thing and what the best designers are taught instead. So I don't want you to have to feel this pain that I felt. And it's important for you to understand this so that you can understand the truth and you can finally be free from the lies that you've been told, or honestly, that maybe you're telling yourself. You might have been brought up in a culture where people tell you that you're just born with it, right? Raw talent. Or maybe you yourself experienced it when you saw someone that was like really talented in soccer or art or painting, and you just didn't have that natural knack. So you became your own worst enemy. You talked yourself out of something that you loved before you even got started. I'm dealing with this a lot with my daughters right now. They believe that if they aren't good at something right away, that there's no point in trying, right? It's heartbreaking, you guys. Truly, it's heartbreaking. And I keep telling them, you guys just keep trying. You don't have to get it right the first time, right? It's really important. And so maybe you wrote off this idea that you could learn how to be at the top of your game or premium, right? Because you bought into the lie that these things can't be learned. Yep. You guys are resonating with this same. Yep. Or maybe you didn't buy into the lie, Maybe you thought, okay, yeah, if I had enough time or if I had enough money or enough resources or the right connections, then maybe I could become a high-end designer. But then you gave up on it because you have no idea where those clients are, right? So you might have not bought into the lie, but you still don't know how to get there. Or maybe you have a different problem. You get stuck with that horrible case of comparisonitis, right? And you see other people crushing it and you think, why bother? So if that sounds like you, raise your hand right now because you are not alone. I'm telling you, you're not alone. But I'm here to tell you right here and right now that it's not your fault that you bought that lie. Because you bought that lie, whether you were a kid or a high schooler, whether it was that you thought good design, beautiful design, high-end premium design was something that a few people were born with, and it's just not true. Even raw talent only gets you so far. I mean, what about the business side, right? People with raw talent are like notorious for not knowing how to run a business. They're so stuck in their own brain that they're hard to work with. They're divas, right? So that's not something that you want to strive after. And what about the days that you're feeling uninspired, right? Raw talent, you have to be uninspired if you don't have a system. So raw talent is inconsistent at the very best. It's not all it's cracked up to be. So think about your current design process. How are you coming up with your designs? How are you attracting clients with budgets? And you can admit it, something has to change, because if you keep doing things the same way, you're going to get the same results. But what if you decided to make a change and do this differently? And please stop telling yourself right now, stop it. If you're telling yourself, if I only had more time, because I'm here to break it to you, you are never going to magically have more time. Never, right? When have we ever magically had more time without changing anything? That type of thinking is what gets us onto the competition treadmill in the first place, right? Just treading water. Do you guys agree with me on that today? Yes? Can we get real about time today? That it's just impossible to magically get more without doing something different? You've got to make being talented easier and repeatable. So do you want to know how I did it? Yes? Yes? Okay, cool. I did it by setting my goals instead. So think about it. What makes a design valuable? And I would love actually for you guys to send me a message. What do you think makes a design valuable for you, right? Like, or for your client? And I will tell you the answer, but because I don't want you to hang too long, but it's not about you, right? What makes a design valuable is when it's not a piece of art to be hung on a gallery somewhere. And to do this, we have to make goal-based decisions. We have to always prove value and intention. We have to pay attention to their future and set them up for success. And you guys write this down. Please write this down. You got to help them see the big picture always, right? Always. These things are so important. And this is how you make a design valuable. It's when you're coming up with a solution to their problem. So let me show you an example of this. And I want to walk through an actual message that I sent to a client to illustrate this point. But now I could have just sent over the design concept, right? I could have just said, hey, let me know what you think, but that's not value-based design, and it's not design based on goals. So let me just read this really quickly for you guys. And you don't have to read along if you just want to listen. But hello, friends. Okay, are you ready? Goodness, I'm thrilled to finally share with you what I've been cooking up. There was a lot to think through and plan out in a strategic way on this homepage, but I know it's worth the wait. I'd love to explain the sections a bit for you. I know this is very different than we currently have, so it might make you nervous a little. I know it's a big change, but it's going to make a huge improvement in the way people navigate and use the site. So the header, the main navigation is pretty simple and clean, easy to understand, easy to figure out where to go next, clear and easy to read. Main hero section. The main hero section is going to be so cool. I'm envisioning this basically be the recent blog post. This will probably be a bit crazy to code, but it will be awesome. Worth it, right? You can navigate back and forth to see the next post, kind of like a slideshow, but way cooler. I feel like you're flipping through recipe cards. So excited. Newsletter sign up. Big and pretty here to encourage getting people on your list. I know how big of a deal it is to have a list when you're publishing a book. So I wanted to feature it here to encourage those daily recipes to deliver to them. Cookbook section, a call out To highlight the book, once it's launched, we'll go from pre-sale to purchase. And I grab the main copy from the book listing. Video section. Next to this will be the newest video playing, and then a link to go and buy to the video library below it. Recipe category section. This will be super cool, and it will change based on the category you click. This makes it incredibly easy to find what they're looking for. Excited about this section. Instagram, just a little Insta feed to represent. I'm thinking we don't do Pinterest on the homepage. We don't really want to encourage too much social browsing. It takes them off your site. But a little Instagram should be fine to encourage the connection. Footer, super functional footer, reiterating all the main points of the site navigation. Really looking forward to hearing everyone's thoughts on this. Thrilled to finally share it with you all. XO Kathy. So what are some tactics that you guys are noticing that I use here to sell this concept? Any ideas? You guys notice what I'm doing here? And this is just one message that I sent out, right? Like among all the messages I sent out, but this is a big one. When you're presenting your design concepts, it's a big deal. So can you guys kind of see some things that I'm doing here? So I just want to point out another thing that this message has in it that makes it so effective. Yeah, like a recipe. Yeah. What makes this so effective, and it might be so obvious that you guys didn't notice it, but it's passion. Like, can you tell that I really care about this website? That I didn't just design this to make it look pretty? Can you tell that in the way that I explain things, in the way that I talked, and of course I have inflection, they're just reading this, but I tried to like make it sound like I was talking, right? But can you see that I had passion and that this was really important to me and that I really took the time to think through this stuff? This is what value-based design is about. It's passion. I mean, this is like a dating relationship, right? How many of you feel like you're designing for someone, when you're designing for someone, it's like an intimate relationship, right? Because when you care about a client's success, it shows. You got to listen intently to what they care about. You got to ask the right questions, and you got to save your yes for only the best. And what I mean by that is that you only say yes to projects that you're super passionate about. This is what a high-end designer does, you guys. This is it. All of these things. This is what makes you a high-end designer. So let me ask you a question. Would you like me to show you how to build an incredible system for getting amazing clients for your new high-end business, right? How do we find these? How do we find these people that they'll pay this money, right? I want to share with you now secret number 3, how to become so sought after that you name your price and clients come running to you, because talent is only one piece of the puzzle, right? We got to get people to actually pay this. We got to find people that have these budgets. So let me show you how I do this, the exact steps. And don't worry that, I mean, this was me too. Like, right? I've been there. I've been where you're at. And so I know I'm not just like this someone that just started charging some crazy amount right at the beginning, right? And we all know how most people get their clients. But the trouble is that staying the leader in your market is usually really time intensive, which of course we don't ever have enough of. We don't usually have the time to just be constantly looking and looking and looking for clients, because we're busy helping clients and running our businesses, right? And I say usually very time intensive, but we don't do things the way that everyone else does, right? That's the whole point. If everyone else is doing time intensive things, we need to do something else. We need to do something different. And the actual way that high-end designers get clients is completely different than what everybody else does. So the biggest thing that you can do right now to attract better clients, it's growth. And it comes back to what I was saying earlier about not faking it, right? But actually becoming a better version of yourself, whatever better looks like for you. If you're just starting, or if you've been in business forever, right? 20 minutes or 20 years, right? What is a better version of you? But the question comes then, how do we actually get better? And it really comes down to this, and it's exactly what I do to charge premium rates. So pay attention, right? Write this down. Always look to the future and always be learning. So many of us just kind of get to a place and we just get satisfied, I guess, or we're just too busy to learn, right? So we just kind of sit in that place. But you've got to always be learning, and you have to study how people use websites. And if you're a branding designer, study how people are using brands, right? Study how people are using business cards, study how people are using packaging. Whatever you're doing, you got to study how people are using it. And it's really important to keep pushing your designs. So sometimes your clients will just love everything you do. And that's another issue that people have, right? When your clients are loving everything you do, but you feel like it's not enough. That's a good sign. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing to push yourself. So critique yourself, right? I want you to always be thinking, okay, is this good enough? No, it's not. Just try again, try again, try again. Push, 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 push. If you push yourself in your designs, it's just like when you're working out and your muscles are kind of getting fatigued, right? You got to push yourself to those places in order to create really amazing designs. And to do that, you got to try new things and not be afraid to fail at them. You guys, don't be afraid to fail at stuff. Don't be afraid to try something out that might be just totally ugly, but at least you tried, right? And because I think a lot of you are overcomplicating this. But once you put a system in place, you'll start to experience what I call the client finding snowball effect, right? Totally made that up, but it creates momentum. And it's actually not as hard as it sounds. So it's as simple as this. With an incredible high-end system, you'll start creating better work. You'll start charging higher prices, and you'll become known for high quality and high results. Can you guys see how incredibly powerful this is? To put the power back in your hands and stop hoping for some awesome clients to come, but to get to pick and choose from them instead, right? Like, can you guys don't you just want to stop relying on, outside sources that are beyond your control? It's horrible. We want to take charge of our own destinies. And so do you guys want to see a real life example of this, guys? You guys want to see how I approach it, for how this approach works for me and my business? Yes? Cool. So this is what my business looks like now. Okay. I just want to, and I don't say this to brag, but I kind of do say this to brag because it was really hard figuring this out, right? It took me a long time and a lot of mistakes. I did so many things wrong, right? And so I just want to I want to show you guys that what it could be like for you. I'm booked out. First of all, I'm booked out 4 to 6 months, and there's never a slow season. Literally, I mean, unless I want one, right? Unless I want a slow season, I never have a slow season. Like I said earlier, I never have to worry about where my clients are coming from. And every single week, I have multiple calls booked for new clients, by the way, without doing any blog content or any pitching in Facebook groups. I don't do any of that, right? My really good friend, Heather Crabtree, once told me, and I don't know if she's here, she said she was going to come, but she once told me that stop, I don't know why are these people posting in here, right? Because it's just, anyways, it's a long story, but the point is that you want to get to a place where you don't have to post in Facebook groups, right? That just needs to be a place where you have moved above and beyond that. And I understand when you first start out your business, but it's time to move on from that, right? Because that's where everybody's at. And I don't even know how those people choose. I do it too. I post in Facebook groups and I say, hey, who knows of someone that does this? Because I'm looking to probably not spend a lot of money, right? So you don't want to be that person. My projects range from 10 to 15,000 each about. And actually I'm at a place where I'm booking so many that I'm actually going to need to raise my prices again. Because they say that when you're booking more than 5, out of or basically 50% of your consults, that you need to raise your prices. And I'm booking way more than that. So like I said, every single week I have multiple calls booked for new clients, and I close 95% of the proposals I send out. And you guys, I am not a natural salesperson. Can we just get that straight really quickly? I know a lot of you are saying, oh, but she must be good at sales. I'm telling you, I have gotten fired before for being such a bad customer service person. When I places I worked in college, people would complain about me all the time because I totally have RBF, resting bitch face. And it's funny that I say that now because people are like, oh my gosh, you're the nicest person ever. But that was a learned skill. I'm telling you guys, I was horrible. I was the worst. My husband will tell you, I'm the worst salesperson, but I learned how to do this. And I studied what other people are doing. So now I close 95% of the proposals I send out. But you got to understand that I only talk to qualified leads that I'm excited about. I tell people no all the time. I'm like, no, you don't need me. No, you don't need me. This is overkill. Whatever. You don't want me, right? I'll tell people, you go to someone else. I'm not your person, right? I say it in a much nicer way, but I do this all the time. I never work nights. I never work weekends. And I take vacations every single month. And I really hesitate to tell you that, but I do. like, even if it's just for a weekend or something like that, I go on vacations every month because that's really important to me. And I like trips and things more than I like gifts. So it's usually we're always going to doing something fun and family. And I live in San Diego, so it's really easy to, go fun places. But I'm known as the go-to designer when you're really ready to make an impact in your business. Boom. Really, you guys, this is a big deal. I'm the go-to designer when you're ready to make a big impact with your business. That's what I want for you guys. And I raise my prices consistently and I never see a dip in bookings ever, guys. I just keep raising, and everyone tells me, just raise them, just raise your prices. I'm like, I haven't stopped raising my prices. like that, this isn't changing, right? Thanks, Els. She's saying you're a great inspiration. Awesome. But if I can do this, guys, I'm just not me, right? If I can do this, guys, you can too, because I was in your exact same spot. It's not rocket science and it's not magical design juju that I was born with, right? Which we all kind of want to tell ourselves so that we don't have to do the work, but it's true. So let's have a quick recap. I've been able to show you why listening to what your clients want is hurting your reputation and slowly killing your style. And I've shown you why raw talent is actually a bad thing. It's like hindering people, and what the best designers are taught instead. And then I also showed you how to become so sought after that you name your price and clients come running to you. So I just want to take a moment and let's reflect for a minute. Can I ask you guys a question? And I just want to check in with you guys too. How are you feeling about these, right? Is this all making sense to you? Are you guys kind of agreeing with everything that I'm saying here and the things that I'm teaching you? Does this make sense? I mean, it doesn't sound hard, right? Like this isn't crazy rocket science stuff, right? It's just not. But so at this point, you're feeling one of the two. You're either feeling really overwhelmed, right? Like you feel a bit intimidated, a little overwhelmed, right? Does this feel like anybody right now? Let me know. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Because I want to tell you that it's actually not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to feel overwhelmed, because what it means is that you care, right? If you feel overwhelmed, it means you care about your business and you truly understand how much it could change. You know how much this could change your business. You know how much this could change for you. That's why you're so overwhelmed. That's why you feel that feeling. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't feel anything right now, right? You would just be kind of, oh, okay, whatever, right? But if you're overwhelmed, it means you care. But it just means you're feeling the tension because you really want this to happen, right? You're getting overwhelmed because it's kind of like an alarm clock going off in your brain saying, okay, it's time and you need to do something about it. So that's when your whole body like feels like, oh, change, no, right? You start to feel that way. Or maybe you feel determined. Like you're saying, yes, I'm totally feeling it. This is it. This is making complete sense. I want to start building this right now. Like you're just like an action person. And this is very much me. This is as soon as I hear something that, yep, okay, I got it. Let's go. Right. Show me where to go. Right. I get so excited about this stuff and I get fired up really easily, which can you just tell that I get fired up really easily? But I want to ask you, are you who's feeling overwhelmed and who's feeling determined? I'd love to kind of hear the differences between who's feeling what and how you're feeling. I feel like it's like a personality thing too, right? But I mean, I'm not saying that sometimes I don't feel overwhelmed. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So sometimes you feel a little bit of both, right? Sometimes you kind of go back and forth. Sometimes you feel really overwhelmed and sometimes you feel really determined and you're just, not sure. So I want to ask you another question. Do you think that I've delivered value to you in this workshop today? I hope so, because it's really important to me that I do. So I guess don't tell me if you said no, but just I hope you do. And of course, we've only been together for a short time today, but I want you to see the possibilities for you and your business. And is that something that I've kind of showed you today? Yes. Yep. Cool. Awesome. So good, guys. So my next question for you is, where do we go from here? Right? Now that we have all these little tools and things we can do, we know how, and we know that it's possible. You have two options, right? Now that I've kind of opened up this world for you, you have two options where you can go from here. So option number one, you could go back to letting your clients run your business, right? Like kind of like how you have been doing, back to that. Or you could go back to the, the Hunger Games of social media, right? Back to those Facebook posts and kind of trying to find clients there. Or maybe your design stuff, you just keep going back and looking at Pinterest for ideas and then totally feeling like total crap for not coming up with those ideas yourself, right? But obviously there's another option, and you could just get it done, right? You could build your incredible high-end system and just finish this, right? Just do these 4 steps that I talked about today and just be on your way with your high-end design business, and then just leave those Hunger Games behind forever. I love that metaphor. Someone told me the other day, and I'm like, yes, it is totally Hunger Games. So I'm so excited she told me that. But because you know what? You know what the one most precious resource that you have as a human, as a designer, right? That you cannot buy more of? What do you think it is, guys? You guys know, this, right? I feel like this is, this is a really obvious answer, but it's time, right? You only have one life, guys, and you can't go backwards. You can't change the past, and you can't change what you've already done, but there's a reason that you're here, because you were created to do something big and create a legacy. And that is what, what I was feeling like when I was going through all that stuff. Like I knew that I was created for something more. And you have that genius inside you right now, right? Like it hasn't gone anywhere. It's never been anywhere. You just maybe told yourself that it's not there, but it's there. And that is what we should be making money from right now, right? Where you were meant to be. Because when you're in your genius zone, do you notice that how everyone says like, how did you do that? Right? When you're in your genius zone, it's like, people are like, wow, you were like a magician, right? And so you can see that you were not supposed to spend the rest of your life underpaid, right? That's not for you. Undervalued, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like an imposter, or just fighting your way through the noise, right? Just downright exhausted. It's not for you. You just need an incredible system. That's it. That's all you need. That's like the one thing standing in your way from this high-end business. You just want to do these steps every time. Just do those 4 steps every single time. Is that making sense to you guys? Yeah. I mean, this was the most incredible thing for me. It changed everything. And like I said, I worked so hard and so long. And then when I found this answer, it seemed way too simple. But I'm telling you, if it's true for me, it's true for you, because I've been in the very same shoes that you are in right now. I was a beginner too, guys. I promise, right? Like I had those nightmare clients. I felt like an imposter. I wondered if it was all worth it. But this system changed me forever, you guys. So let me just ask you another question. Are you ready to become friends with the incredible high-end system? Are you ready to build your own high-end system? So I want to ask you another question. How would you like me to walk you through your first system? How would you like it if I could actually help you implement this? Wouldn't that be amazing, right? Like to not have to do this alone? Would it be all right if I just take a moment to show with you how we can make this amazing system for your business and create your own high-end design business that's profitable, right? Because we can't just be one or the other. So how do we implement this into your own business? Yeah. Okay. I see lots of yeses. Okay. Yeah. You guys, I know you want this. So tell me yes, right? It's like when you go to like the crowd and they say, how are you feeling today? Everyone says, oh, like, no, how are you really feeling today? Yeah. Right. Like that's what I'm asking you guys. If this really sounds like something that you're ready for, I want to invite you to join me as a case study in a project that I call the Inspired Pro. And what we're doing today is really exciting for me, you guys. Like I was like in tears earlier this morning because of how excited I am to share this with you guys. Because I'm offering you something really special that I put together just for you, right? It's called the Inspired Pro, and it exists purely to help you become more creative and create a profitable design business. Because I've taken all the trial and error of 10 years of business, right? I've been in business for 10 years, but I've been a designer for 18 years, guys, a professional designer for 18 years. I mean, I'm taking all of this stuff, right? The big mistakes, the wins, the big wins, and I've kept what works and I've tossed out the rest. And then I packaged it up to be a step-by-step guide to being super creative and highly profitable. It's everything you need in one spot. So you don't have to go around like me and test all these things out, right? And just waste a bunch of time and money and energy, right? I want to give you everything you need on a silver platter so that you can use the Inspired Pro system to build your very own high-end design business and start seeing those 50K months. Can you imagine how game-changing that would be for your life and for your family? I mean, really, if you run with this and you start taking action in your business, and you start taking big action, right? These are not little things, right? This is big action. You can be an incredible designer too. And this is no fluff, no BS, right? I tell you like it is. And so that's the game plan. And that's how Inspired Pro is going to work for you. And when I was building this, I had two choices, right? When I was pricing it out, I had two choices. The first choice, I could go as cheaply as possible and try to sell as many as possible. But the problem with that is that it didn't really allow me to give tons and tons of value, right? It doesn't incentivize me to give. Because, I mean, you guys, these are the very secrets to running my business. Like, I don't want everyone to know this. Like, that's the kind of the idea. And so, I mean, how can I give you as much value as possible and really tell you what you really need to do so that you can really make a change for yourself if I'm not, if I'm not able to be in it as much. So I didn't go with that option. I went with the second option, and this option requires a little higher investment on your side. But the thing is, guys, in exchange for that, I can devote more resources, right? From my team and from myself. And I can really help you change your life and your business to get you to where I am now. And so obviously why I went with number 2 is so that I could really show up and give you everything. So when you invest in the Inspired Pro today, you're going to get access to a ton of incredible things. So walk through this with me real quickly. It's a 4-week program and it starts April 9th, where together we walk through how to make you a better designer so that you can be sought after and name your own price if you follow the same steps that I did. So what you're going to get in the Inspired Pro, in week 1, we're going to look at the key elements of high-end design. Now, this is valued at $497. And can we all agree that not all design styles can be used for high-end design? And what I mean by that is that some design styles are just more valuable than others, right? I mean, some designs can be recreated even by non-designers, right? So whereas other design styles like mine are seen as more high-end and that they take better skills, better typography, and a better eye. So I'm going to match you up with the right design style for your particular business and your niche, because my genius zone is identifying which styles fit which type of businesses and which can make them the most successful. I mean, I know how to monetize design, guys. I really do. And so some of you might be thinking, look, Kathy, this is really cool and all, but what if I'm not talented enough? So maybe you're just starting out or you're a self-taught designer, but I want to ask, is this excuse been holding you back for a while? Because let's be real, this is probably something that's been holding you back for quite some time. This isn't something you just came up with today, right? So let's just remove that. Let's just get it out of the way and relieve you of that excuse. And whether this has been holding you back for a long time or if it's just started, this is no longer a valid excuse for you. I'm releasing you of that because it doesn't matter. That's what week 1 is about. You will discover exactly what high-end design looks like and how to create it in your designs. So in week 1, you're going to learn the keys, elements of high-end design. And in week 2, you're going to learn design program mastery. Now, this is valued at $997. And this is so exciting. This is awesome. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. In week 2, I'm going to walk you through the professional programs that me and my team use every day. And not only that, I'm going to show you how we set up the files to make designing quick and easy. And I'll show you when not to use design programs, right? Actually, when to step away from the computer and identify when you're actually stifling your creativity, because these design programs are a tool, but you are the creative genius. And I don't want you to lean on them too much. So I'm going to show you what you need to know, but also I'm going to show you when not to use it. That's really, really important. And something a lot of people don't show you, right? I'll show you all the shortcuts I've learned over the years of using these programs. and how to best utilize the new versions and what's available to you now. Because you guys, I first used Photoshop in 1997, guys. Like, I don't even know. I think it was called Photoshop 2 or something. I don't know. I don't even remember. But yes, I've been using, if anyone could show you how to use these programs, it's me, right? I've been using these programs since they were born. I'll just say it like that. I used them in high school. And I actually designed my first website when I was a freshman in high school. I pretty much, it's basically when the web started, but I've just been doing this for a long time is my point. And I have a lot to show you. And when I worked at a design studio, we used to always share tips and tricks with each other. And every time I've taught these tricks to other people, people are blown away. They tell me, wow, your way is so much easier. Excuse me. Or you can do that in this program is really incredible stuff. So does this sound like something that you guys are interested in? Well, let me just get some water. Now I'm all of a sudden choking up. Gosh, I've been talking for too long. So in week 2, you're going to learn design program mastery. And you're also going to get access to week 3, real design inspiration. And this is valued at $497. And this is where we're going to start working through design and how to become inspired. Okay, I'm going to catch up with myself here. Now, I'm going to walk you through what's working and what's not working right now in the high-end market. I'm going to actually peel back the curtain and show you real life examples with my real high-end clients. And I'm going to show you the tools and the places I go to get high-end artwork that hasn't been used everywhere, right? So you don't have to start from scratch or be a fine artist in order to add some dimension to your designs. And we're going to talk about the differences between copying and modeling and how you can start a firm foundation for your designs without reinventing the wheel every time. I'm going to show you how to talk to your clients or talk to your clients out of a direction, right? That it's not working for them. I'm going to show you how to unlock bits of your creative mind that you never knew existed. And I'll explain to you how the inspiration process works for a 6-figure high-end designer and versus what you're doing now. I'll show you the exact steps I use when you don't get it right the first time and the evolution of design from start to finish. It's like tapping into my brain and copying it over to yours, right? This is what I'm going to show you. And so in week 3, you're going to get real design inspiration. In week 4, you're going to start developing your signature style. And this is valued at $997. This week, we're going to really help you discover what your story is, what your angle is, what makes you stand out, and when you're in a really saturated market, what to do, so that you can start rising above all of it and have people banging down your door to work with you and only you. I just want to share this Facebook post that recently came up because it shows just a sneak peek of what I hear these days. People are literally saving up their money to work with me, right? Like I'm the dream person to go to. Like, can you imagine how powerful that'll be for you? I get emails in my inbox all the time saying how much people love my style and how enamored they are with what I create. I worked with a client a few years ago that I was obsessed with what I created for her. I just want to tell you the story real quick. But a few years ago, she wanted to work with me again and refresh her site, but it was when I was out on maternity leave. So I couldn't help her. Well, she was too impatient and she worked with another designer. But you know what happened? She wasted a bunch of money, saw a huge dip in sales. And so she saved up more money and a year later came back to me saying, Kathy, I didn't know what I was missing until I used someone else. You design in a way that no one else can do. I never should have wasted my time with anyone else. And I trust you now completely to create something totally unique for me that doesn't look like anyone else's. And I want you to just feel what that felt like for me, right? And especially after that, this is not what I was used to, right? This is not what it looked like when I first started my business. But this is what my business looks like now. And the new design that I created for her when she rehired me again has gotten me other sales, like a lot of other sales, to the tune of, $50,000 probably right now and counting. Still counting, right? I still get, referrals from that every single day. So that made me feel pretty good, guys. Can you imagine hearing something like that? And it will totally happen for you too. I know it. So we'll develop your signature style together to become the go-to when people are ready to stop playing around and need the real deal, right? You're that real deal person that they go to. So in week 4, you're going to get developing your signature style. But I don't want this to be just a design course, right? I'm giving you the knowledge you need to become an incredible designer, but you'll also need the tools to run this high-end business. So I have a ton of bonuses for you to walk through setting up the system for yourself. In bonus number 1, I'm going to show you how to start filling your calendar with clients. And this is valued at $1,997. This bonus lesson, I'm going to show you exactly how I get calls every day for people who want to hire me. And this is just kind of a screenshot of recently just all the calls that I've had that are just people that want to hire me, right? These are people that have agreed to my pricing and timeline up front, and they're ready to invest, and they're not tire kickers, right? This is the automated system. I use a totally automated system to book these and qualifies these. It's 100% automated. I don't have to lift a single finger except to dial their number. I just show up and I dial their number. That's all, right? Can you imagine what this would be like to just have your calendar full of these calls? It's amazing. I'll also share with you my sales scripts to use during your client calls, the exact one that I've perfected that enable me to book 95% of these calls that I take. And I mean, of course, to the ones that I say yes to, right? These aren't 90% of my calls, only the ones that I say yes to. But I'll even show you how to add extra services to add $1,000 to $3,000 extra on every proposal. Things like that they will book you for just because you offer them, right? Because no one else is offering it. And my sales calls are genuine, and they talk to the heart of the client. They never feel pressured, and they never feel that like that I'm just selling to them and I can't help them, right? They know that I'm a straight shooter and I'm going to tell them the truth. But I'm teaching you the exact emails to send, right? What to send them and what to say word for word. Like this, and email sales are a big deal, guys, right? And I've done it all for you, and they work. I've like I said, I've taken so long to perfect this, but I finally figured out a system that works. And this is a master training all on its own, but this is a bonus for you guys on getting clients to reach out and for you to book them. But then, of course, once you get the client, then what, right? So bonus number 2, I'm going to walk you through our system of onboarding, workflow, and project management, which is valued at $997. In this bonus workshop, I'm going to show you the systems that make a high-end design project flow smoothly and easily, right? I'm going to show you how to fix common mistakes, like how to get a client to give you their content fast, right? Or to answer your questions, or exactly how to handle a client if you're unsure of what they need or like. I'm going to walk you through the steps to make sure you deliver or over-deliver on their expectations and wow them every time. And I'm going to show you how to banish scope creep forever. Yes, really, I swear. And I'm going to even tell you what to do in case a miscommunication or disagreement arises, and what to do completely to turn it around and make them sing your praises instead. Does that sound good, guys? Does that sound like something you'd be interested in for sure? I mean, I know this is what I needed, right? When I was trying to figure this out. I wish someone was giving me all of this on a silver platter. So for my next bonus, I want you to be known as the leader in your industry and to have people know your name and truly for you to be known as the best. So in bonus 3, I walk you through our system called Be Known Marketing Formula. And this is going to be valued at $497. So spoiler alert, I'm not going to show you how to get 10,000 followers on Instagram, right? Or 100,000 followers on Instagram, because I'd rather show you how to get $100,000 in your bank account. Right? Can I get an amen? Seriously, because most of the time, the truth is that followers don't equal dollars. I know way too many people with thousands of followers who are struggling to make any money, right? Let alone 6 or 7 figures, guys. Like, it's just real talk. It's a lot easier to make $100,000 on a handful of clients than it is to make it with thousands of people. And so I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to say it again. It's actually easier to sell one high-end client than tons of low-end ones. And you guys kind of know this is true, right? But somewhere in the back of your mind, you're believing that lie that you have to have all these followers, right? So I'm going to walk you through the places you do need to focus on your marketing in order to make you more money, and in order to get more amazing clients. But I'll show you how to automate it. Someone said, amen, more money. Yeah. I'm going to show you how to automate it so that you don't have to spend hours and hours working on your business. No more stressing out on where to spend your time. No more pimping yourself out, right? Doesn't it feel like we're just totally pimping ourselves out sometimes? No more of that, guys. You're done. You're done. Your pimping days are over, right? I'm going to tell you exactly where to go and how to get found by that high-end market, right? Because some people are like, well, where are they? How do you find them? I'll share that, right? I'll share that with you. And on the topic of making lots of great money, right? My last bonus is called Profit Made Simple. It's like taking me forever to click through all these goodies. But it's Profit Made Simple, and that is $497, right? That's valued at $497. And in Profit Made Simple, I am going to teach you guys. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Just want you to think about what could you do with some white space, right? In this bonus lesson, I'm going to get straight to your pricing and exactly what it will look like for you to be profitable. No more worrying about what to charge or worrying about what other people are charging, right? We don't care about what other people are doing because other people aren't high-end designers, right? So you're going to know the real value of what you're creating, and you're going to know how to learn. You're going to learn how to book less clients at a higher price point. So guess what that does? That finally creates that white space that you've been creating in your life. I mean, what could you do with some breathing room in your business, right? Think of all the amazing things that you could do with the rest of your life because you're not working, right? I'll show you exactly how to automate this step as well. So you don't have to waste your time writing up exhausting proposals for every inquiry that comes your way, right? I'll even show you how I charge $1,500 for 3 hours worth of work, guys. Like, boom, amazing. And it's working incredibly right now. But I'm going to show you how you can schedule these whenever you need some extra cash. $1,500 for 3 hours. Let's do it, right? Because that way you can get a return on your investment really quickly. And I swear it's not even complicated. It's so simple, guys. And all of this lives on our online membership site. The step-by-step video trainings, the worksheets, the scripts, the real life examples, all this good stuff. And the membership area alone is valued at $1,997. But all of this is going to be packaged up in an online portal just for you. You can log into, get it whenever you want it, and you'll get lifetime access. So although we'll be doing this round live together, you'll get lifetime access, not just for 4 weeks, but forever. You can take your time and do the trainings if you need them as you wish, but I mean, really, what do you guys think? Does it sound incredible? Because now I thought about what else I could give you, because you guys are my beta group and you're my live group. And this is the only time I'm going to be running this live. You guys have a really amazing opportunity now because this is the only time I'm doing this. And because you're doing this live with me, I have an opportunity to offer you something really special that I'm not going to offer after this beta group, right? I'm not going to do this. And so you guys, the ones that are here, the ones that made it, I have a really strong feeling that my emails didn't get sent out today, but that's okay. I'm gonna have to try to figure out if I have to do this again. But you guys are going to get something amazing because you're here, and I'm not going to be offering it after, because you might be thinking that information is good, right? But information alone isn't enough. So just telling me what to do, it's going to be harder for you to actually get there. But with accountability and coaching, with like that actual hand holding with me in your corner, it becomes easy, right? So who here feels like they perform better when they get a little nudge from somebody else, right? Like a little kick in the pants, right? Who here feels that? I would love to hear from you guys. Like who here feels like is if you know that someone else is looking out for you, that you do a better job, right? Pretty much all of us, right? Plus the coaching to bounce ideas around so that you can get that extra information and you get the right results. So what I decided to do for this live group only, I needed to give you more than just information access. So I decided to give you 2 fast action bonuses. The first one, to jump on live coaching calls with me. And these are valued at $5,000, and not just for 4 weeks, guys. I have a big surprise for you. You get 12 months access of bi-weekly coaching calls with me, right? It's crazy, right? When I first decided on this, I thought I was a little bit crazy, but I thought, you know what? I want to be there for them for this entire year. Like, this is a big deal, and it's a big deal for my time, right? It's a big deal for me to invest this much time, but it really means so much for me that this actually makes a difference in your life. So yes, I'm giving you access for an entire year because I want to be there for you every step of the way. Now, there's nothing automated about this part, right? I'm showing up. I'm investing my time in you, which is why I'm only offering it for this beta round, guys. Like, I'm not going to be offering this after because I just can't handle too many people, but this is the place to share with me what you've been creating, what you're struggling with, and how to bounce ideas off of me, or you can bounce ideas off me. And this is a place where I can answer all your questions, right? So, and if you can't make it live, it's no big deal. Like, I know some with our crazy time zones and stuff, there's so much that is going on, but you can always ask your questions in advance and I will cover it in the replay that you get access to. So you'll always be able to ask these questions for me and you'll always be able to see my answers, right? It's the perfect way to make sure that you are always on track. So But to be honest, if you only got access from me as your coach for you every other week for the next 12 months, valued at $5,000, would it be worth it? And I should mention, I don't offer this anymore. This is the only way to get coaching with me right now. I don't have a coaching package on my website anymore. So this is the only way to actually get it. So you'd have me every other week in your corner if you need me, right? And then I have one more fast action bonus just for this webinar right now. And that is that you will get, if I can click there, 12 months access to the Inspired Pro Academy. Now, this 12-month access is worth $1,997. Crazy, right? So the total value for this, for all of this, is $15,000, $970, almost $16,000 for all this. It's kind of ridiculous, right? When I started crunching these numbers, I was like, holy crap. But this is exactly what you need, and this is everything you need, right? I just wanted to make sure that I had everything you need in here. But the Inspired Pro Academy is a community of graphic designers just like you, building their own businesses. And this is a private Facebook group where we can celebrate wins, we can ask advice, get feedback on our designs, share tips whenever we find something really cool. It's kind of like having that office, right? That like design office, what I used to work in, where we'd all share, oh, hey, look what I found, right? It's gonna be so fun. And we're gonna even catch up. We can even catch up face to face if you're in the same town, or we can do some video chats and stuff like that. But this is only for you guys watching this webinar and the replay viewers, but you're going to get access to all of this, right? This won't be offered on the version that I'm going to put on my site. So, I mean, those 2 fast action bonuses alone are enough for you guys. Like, if you only got access to my community and me for the next 12 months, which is valued at $1,997, would it be worth it? I know sometimes it feels like we're isolated, right? Like, especially in this high-end space. I mean, there's like not very many people in this high-end space, which is amazing, but it feels very lonely. Like no one else gets us, no one else understands, and it's hard to talk to other people. But there really is so many other people that are doing this. We just got to connect with each other. I think that's the hardest thing, is just finding the people that are in the place that we're at. And so these are all the things you're going to get done. This is what we're going to achieve in the Inspired Pro, all the steps from week 1 to 4, all of the 4 bonuses, the online membership site, and plus, because you're on this webinar, you're going to get my bi-weekly coaching calls for 12 months and 12 months access to the Inspired Pro Academy. And like I said, you are looking at $15,970 at this point. But now I want to ask you this. Would this be worth it if because we're not just here to make things pretty, right? So we want to grow our businesses so that they can be profitable, so that we can have more white space to be with our friends and family. So what would that be worth, right? If all these 4 weeks did was finally help you break free from a dime a dozen designer, right? And if it helped you have an impact on the lives of business owners all over the world that you're supposed to have, right? That you were made for, would that be worth $15,970? Of course it would, right? But I'm not going to charge you that, but of course it would, right? And so if all this did was help you build a profitable business that would allow you to stop stressing about money, would that be worth $15,970? Or if all this did was cut back your work week to same hours and regular computer-free vacations, would that be worth it? Would it be worth $15,970? And I want you to ask yourself that question honestly, right? Like, what is it worth to you? Would it be worth that much to you? And I want you to get that number in your head. What is it worth to you? So what if you could actually eventually sit down and sell your business when you're done with it, right? I told you about my clients who sold their business for $80 million. Like, that's a life-changing amount of money, right? $80 million. I'm not saying that you're going to sell your business for that, but just what if once you're done with your business, you can sell it. And I'll tell you, I know a lot about selling businesses now that happened to my client and I looked into it, and the sellable businesses are the ones that have systems that are sellable, right? It's like that McDonald's idea. Goals, right? Sell your business for $80 million. But I would pay a lot, actually. And I did pay a lot, right? I wasted a lot of money testing and making this work. A lot of money, you guys, like way more than that. But it was worth it for me to build a high-end business. So what would you pay to get it done for you? $5,000, $10,000, $20,000? How much would you pay to have that? How much would it be worth to have this high-end business? And so I have another question for you. Would you invest $10,000 to have a multiple 6-figure business? Would you? I mean, any financial planner would tell you like, dang, that's an amazing investment, right? I mean, you'd be stupid not to do it if you wouldn't invest $10,000 to have a multiple six-figure annually business, right? And that's what I want you to see this is. It's an investment in your new business, right? So you can see why it would be a great deal at $5,000. Yep. So outside this workshop, the Inspired Pro is sold for $1,997. This will be launching soon to the general public. And when I sell it, it will be sold for $1,997 when we release it, right? But because you're here and you've proved that you care about good design and you care about making a difference in the lives of other women and businesses, because you're here, because I'm in launch stage, right? And I'm still telling everybody about this, right? I want to make a special offer to you because honestly, like you guys have stuck with me. You guys are listening. You guys are connecting. I mean, you guys are committed to being here right now. You've been on this webinar with me. You've been learning. You've been fully committed to creating this amazing thing that can happen for you. And you've turned off your distractions. You've paused your client work. You've taken the first steps. I want to commend you on that. And I want to encourage you on that too, because half the people who signed up for this, actually more than half, didn't even show up like you did, right? If you're watching this video right now, even the replay viewers, you're taking fast actions because I'm not leaving this video up for very long. So this is kind of a limited time offer. But I'm going to give you access to everything, like I said, in the Inspired Pro, plus the bonuses, plus the fast action, accountability, and coaching. And you can get your spot right now for just $997 today. You heard me, $997. Like that's probably a lot less than you spent on other services, right? This tiny investment can totally change your life, you guys. Totally change. You can today could be the first day of you totally changing your business in 2018 and beyond, right? This can happen so fast for you, and it's so simple. But now you really have two choices, right? You got to decide. I mean, you got to make the call. I can't make this choice for you. The first option, now that you've gone through this training and you see what your life and your business could look like, you could do nothing and you could just keep hustling. And that's, you can totally say, thank you, Kathy. Training was awesome, but I'm not going to take any action. I'll just stay where I'm at. And you totally can do that. It's totally okay. But your second option is to take action. With this small investment today, compared to everything you'll get in return and all the changes you'll make, and just try it out, right? Just see what you think, see if I know what I'm talking about, and just wait until we get started, right? If you'd enjoyed this training so far, just wait until you see that once we get started, it's insane what I give you. The actual blueprint for a successful high-end design business, you guys. And I know it's exciting to hear all this, but there might be some old habits that some of you are in here are doing, and you need to break them. So maybe you haven't been investing in your business the right way, or for the things that are actually useful for your business, because you're kind of doing everything the way that other people have been telling you to do it, right? So like I mentioned before, maybe you're wasting time and money and to learn how to get more followers, or, to get on more social media and send out more newsletters or blog more, right? But now you know that most of the time, more followers don't equal more dollars, right? And everything you've learned today, unfortunately, might be useless if you continue to focus on the wrong things. So I'm going to give you the guidance and the support you need to build your high-end business in the right way and the fastest way possible, way faster than I did it, right? I'm going to give you everything you need, the skills, the tools, the support to finally break through all the noise and become the designer that you were always meant to be. Okay. Whew. I need to breathe. This just makes me so excited, you guys. And I just know what this is going to change for you. Oh my gosh. I need to breathe, Kathy. But I totally believe, though, in doing everything I do with everything I've got, you guys. Like I can't even breathe right now, but I believe that if I can help you with this, if I can't help you with this, sorry, I believe if I can't help you with this, like if you don't make these changes, that I don't deserve your money, honestly. So I want you to feel 100% secure in knowing that we have a 30-day action taker guarantee. So if you sign up today and you aren't loving it, if you join us in the weekly trainings, once they start and you see if it works, you start implementing, you start using the tools, you got 30 days, try it out, do what I tell you to do, right? And if you don't love it, just let us know and we'll give you your money back, all of it, 100%, right? But to be eligible for this guarantee, you have to have completed the homework or whatever modules you currently have available at that time. So this means that you have to take action. You can't be lazy here, right? Because I know that if you do the work, you'll get the results. So that's why I have this in place. And I offer this because I'm only looking for people who are serious and really, really want this, because I believe in making a difference, just like you do, right? We take this very seriously here. If you get inside and you don't take action after a month, I really can't help you, right? You need to take action and make it happen. So does that sound fair? Does that sound fair, guys? Yeah? Yes? Awesome. So the real question is this worth taking a few minutes of your time to check this out? Because even if it does half of what I've claimed it does today, then it will pay for itself and you will be well on your way to creating a high-end profitable business. And this has the potential to make you a life amount of money, you guys, like a life-changing amount. And it's not even just about the money, you guys. Sometimes it has nothing to do with the money, except that you know that you are impacting and changing businesses, right? They are not the same as they were when they worked with you, right? So here's what you're going to get one last time. I'm going to take you through, it's going to take you through all the 4 weeks, plus all the bonuses, plus the swipe files and the step-by-step instructions. And like I said, just for you guys, you're going to get access to me in your corner with the coaching calls if you need it, right? And for 12 months, and you're going to have that amazing community. So total value, like I said, is $15,970. But as you know, I am offering it for you today for just $997. So I have another surprise for you guys. Ready? And this one is extremely limited. But I have another surprise. It's not like Oprah, right? So for a very limited time, I'm offering you a payment plan, just so that you can get started today. And I want to take away that worry about money for you. And I'm only offering this to you guys. Only if you act now, because I'm going to be removing this option from the order page. Actually, a lot of people told me not to do payment plans, but I said, you know what? I just want to remove all of any of the weight that's being on people that just want to just lift that, right? Just right for them. So I'm offering you guys a payment plan. And it'll give you a lot more time to pay if you need that, right? But I'm only doing this now, and I'm only doing it now because I'm going to actually remove this before I send the other things out. So you can get your spot in this live round. So you'll get all the bonuses, right? You are not going to miss out on any of these bonuses for only 4 payments of $297. So it's just $297 to get started, right? It's like basically putting down a deposit, because I really want this for you guys, and I don't want money to be a problem, right? I don't want it to stop you, because I know how amazing this is going to be for you. And it's just 4 monthly payments of $297. So the real question is, are you ready? Right? And all you have to do is head to theinspiredpro.com/go, or you can click on the purple button below that you see, and let's build your incredible high-end system. And I want to make this happen for you. It's simple and it's powerful, you guys. It makes it change. Like I keep saying, this is game changing. This is life changing stuff we're talking about here. And if you're ready to take this small step toward big changes, and you're not doing this alone, right? I've already worked all of this out for you. And can I just remind you really quick, because I feel like this is creeping in, I'm nothing special. I mean, I know I got purple hair and all, but I'm telling you, I did this wrong for years, you guys. I wasted so much time, years, you guys, years and years and years. And I look back and I say, those years were wasted, you guys. I did this wrong. And I was so tired and exhausted. And what you're designing now trust me, is way better than where I started. Like way better. If I showed you guys the stuff that I designed when I first started, you guys would be like, okie dokie, smoky, right? Like this took me forever to figure out. And you are way better than when I started. But it's way easier now than it's ever been, that it ever has been, right? This is the best time in history to make this happen and to make this happen for you. But even though I'm nothing special, I can still build a high-end design business. I did it, you guys. Like I told you, I was nothing special, right? I was not a good designer, right? When I first started. I mean, I thought I was, but I really wasn't. And when I look back at what I did, it was just so amateur. It was ridiculous, right? But I just learned the system and I started doing a better job. So a couple of people ask me, what about time? What if I have no time? So you can expect to commit about 3 to 4 hours a week on the Inspired Pro. It's not a full-time commitment, nothing crazy. And you can do it in the evenings or wherever you have time. And remember, I'm going to be showing you how to find and create more time, right? So this is awesome. But also what if I don't have any money to spend on my business? So I'll tell you, if you're not able to see the value in a $997 investment to create your high-end profitable design business, to give you more freedom, more inspiration, more white space, then honestly, you're probably not a good fit for the Inspired Pro, because it doesn't make sense to ask people to invest in you or your services if you can't invest in yourself, right? Like, how are you ever going to become a high-end designer and ask these high-end prices if you can't even invest in high-end stuff yourself, right? So, I mean, but maybe you haven't invested in yourself yet. So can I just remind you of something? You are capable and you are worth it. You can do this. You just got to want it enough. And I will show you how to do this. And I want to thank you guys for attending this webinar with me. You guys have been awesome. And I want you to join me in the Inspired Pro. You're going to get access to all of this, all the bonuses, all the done for you scripts, all the accountability, the coaching. You're going to get that lifetime access. You get all the updates, all the things. And, if things change or slightly like that, you're going to have access forever. So you'll have access to the new version, right? You always have access. So what I need you to do right now, if you want to join me, if you realize that you don't want to stay in your same business and you want to take me up on this offer, just click that purple button below or head to theinspiredpro.com/go. And when you go over there, it'll ask you a few details, and then you'll have the option for credit card or PayPal or payment plan, right? And like I said, the payment plan is only going to be really limited. And actually, I was reminded yesterday that PayPal Credit offers $0 down and 0% financing for 6 months. So that could be a great option for you to grab your spot today and make sure you get all those amazing bonuses, and then you can just pay it over time. So that might actually be a better deal than doing the payment plan if you want to do it that way. You'll have longer to pay and you have less to pay, right? So that might be a better option for you. But I want you to do this fast because I'm going to be taking this down shortly. And if that happens, you will lose out on the price, right? Remember, I'll be selling it for $19.97, right? This is 50% off. I'm going to be selling it for twice the price. And then you'll also miss out on the 12 months of accountability and community and the payment plan option. So I have one more question for you. Imagine what it would feel like to finally have high-end clients with big budgets that trust you, right? Because you know what all these clients had in common? They trusted me and it worked. You guys. So if you're still not sure, or you're nervous, or you're worried, I want you to think on this. I want you to imagine what it feels like to know that what you are creating is changing lives. To know that the money that they are investing is coming back to them tenfold, you guys. To not bat an eyelash when you send out a single proposal for 5 figures, right? $10,000 or $20,000. Not even bat an eyelash because you know that it's so worth it. And to be the missing piece that your clients needed to finally be successful. Now, remember when I promised you something big today? Because you've hung out with me this entire time, I want to give you this. It's my website planning training where I walk you through how to use my website content roadmap and how to sell it to your clients to add $500 to $1,000 to every proposal. And so you can claim that by commenting below. You can either comment below in the chat box, or you can message me using the messenger bot and comment roadmap, just the word roadmap, and I'll send you access to this free training via Facebook Messenger, right? So just for showing up, because you guys are awesome and you spent all this time with me, right? So that's what I got for you today, guys. I'm so excited about this and I can't wait to chat with you all and hold your hand through this, right? And don't forget, head to theinspiredpro.com/go to grab your spot, but don't miss this because I'll be taking it down soon. And I just want to leave with you guys with this. You know that it's time to make a change. You don't want to be a dime a dozen designer anymore. You don't want to be, 5 years down the road in your business and still be a dime a dozen designer, right? You're exhausted and you're tired of playing in the Hunger Games, fighting for the same low-end clients, right? Instead, you're ready to become a designer that you always dreamed you could be, to make that money you always dreamed you could make, and to have the space and freedom to do all the things in life you always wanted to do. So if this is you, this is your last call. If you decide later down the road that you want to join, that's awesome. I'll be excited to have you, but you won't be able to join at this price, and I won't have the 12 months support available to you, right? Which is a big deal. So I just really don't want you to miss out. And my mission for you is to be successful right now. I want to leave the floor open for you guys just real quickly, just a couple minutes. If you have any questions before I hop off. Otherwise, if you have any other questions, you can message me or you can email us too. But do you guys have any other questions for me right now? Awesome. I have some long messages in here, so I don't know how I'm going to get through them. But if you guys do have any other questions for me, like I said, the timing is, and the next Yeah, and then it'll be about 4 to 5 hours a week. You can do that on like a Saturday morning, or maybe a couple times a week. Just kind of split it up in groups of 2 hours or something like that. But like I said, you do have access. You have lifetime access to it. Okay, someone's asking about the 30-day return. Yes, you have 30 days to return. You just have to show me that you did the work, really, because I just want to make sure that it's a good fit for you and that that you're making a big change in your business. So yep. So you just have to email us and let us know. I mean, really, I want to just take away that stress for you and make sure that this is a good fit for you, right? Awesome. Any other questions, guys? Oh, someone asked, is this for web designers only? So no, I am a web designer but I also do print design. So I'm going to be covering both in the different versions that we have and the different modules that we have, the design program mastery, real design, inspiration, and the key elements of high-end design. And that really actually all the first 4 weeks in developing your signature style, we're going to be talking about brand design, print design, and web design. We're going to be talking about both because I do both and I know both. So that's what we'll be talking about. So just depending on whatever, design. Awesome. I'm just reading through your guys' questions. Can there be a replay of this? Yes, there will be a replay, but it's only going to be up for 24 hours. Update my skills. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Alrighty, I think that's all the questions that I have from you guys. So if you have more questions, feel free to, send me a message through Facebook Messenger, or you can always email us if you have a bigger question that you want to just type out. Email us at hello@love-inspired.com right away with those, though, because I'm going to be answering them today. But if you're ready to join me inside, head over to theinspiredpro.com/go, or you can hit that purple button below. And if you're ready to build your high-end system together, let's do it. Okay. So thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you soon, guys. I can't wait to see you on the inside. Yay. Bye, guys.